Ciao ragazzi, we're back with another league racing video today. This is PSGL E-Series Season 4. I think it's like round 7-ish. I actually don't know. But we are here in Imola today. I'm sorry for the amount of time that I've been gone. I've been in holiday for quite a few weeks, and I've also been sick for a few weeks. It's just been a complete mess, honestly. And I haven't done any racing kind of since you last saw me on Twitch, or even my last highlights video. So it's been quite a long time since I've done a league race, so I guess feeling a little bit rusty. And Imola definitely not the best track to jump back into it. Honestly, I think this was probably the weirdest experience of a track. If you guys don't know, the track limits and the curbs are like messed up on this track, not how they should be, and the way you have to drive it to be quick in qualifying is absolutely ridiculous. And as you will see, many people, and including myself, Barry as well, we were all struggling to even do just even a valid lap time. And in the race, it was super easy to get penalties. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to apologize, guys, for being absent for so long. But hopefully everything will be good now, and I'm back for good. Because you know the esports season will start soon, I hope, and I really need to get back to training. And this was my lap in Q1. It was raining, so we had to go out last, or as late as possible, to have the best conditions. And luckily, both me and Barry pass 11th and 14th though, so not the best. But the gaps are not not as big as I expected them to be, especially in the wet with changing conditions. But crucially, I didn't show it there. I think a Red Bull and a race clutch car are out in Q1.
Behind you, Barry.
That is crucial because we are third in the championship, I think. You will see. I will show you guys later the standings.
It's the first black car, Barry.
And in the last race, Red Bull got 1-2. So
23-6.
excuse me, still coughing a bit. So they are quite a bit of points ahead of us at the moment, and I think that's why Ferrari decided to bring out me and Barry for this race to maybe get some good results. Just some good points. We're not expecting a win or like anything crazy. I mean, obviously we want to fight for it. We didn't have much practice because we had other tracks that we had to prepare. For example, Spa and PSGL, which I also did just 2 days before this, but I'm not sure I will be posting a video. I mean, let me know if you guys want to see Spa PSGL highlights, but honestly, guys, there was really nothing going on in that race. It was very boring from my POV, but if you guys still want to see it, I'm more than happy to do that for you guys. As we are now in Q2 in my first run. Fabrizio goes P1 with a 13.117, which is an okay lap. I mean, genuinely, if you manage to do a clean lap that is valid, no matter if it's like 2-3 tenths off the pace, it's still going to be good in Imola, as we do a one ourselves as well. Just a little bit ahead of Fabrizio, and we are P2, but P1, Iker Bena, did a 12.8, so 3 tenths quicker. It just shows like how crazy this track is, as we do go out again. Even though I thought I was safe for Q3, I wanted to go out again because we have the tires. We didn't have to use the tires in Q1 because it rained, obviously, so we had a bunch of softs that we could use. As we're now a 10th up in Sector 1, very good Sector 1, 4.73. That is very rapid, even for Q3. So yeah, all I need to do now is just bring it home, because we are 2 tenths up now. There's no need to risk anything, especially in the position that we're in, P2. I'm just gonna be very cautious here, as I don't cut at all. Usually you have to cut all of that, like completely. And yeah, we have the exact same split as Iker Bena, and our chicane was most definitely not the most ideal. I think I went a little bit deep because I was scared to cut the inside curb and get an invalidation there. But yeah, 2 tenths improvement, and this should be easily through.
Yeah, nice first.
Still 30 down on Iker. Yeah, we have actually in Q2 we have another Red Bull out now in Q2, P14, Declan Barrett. So that is awesome news for us. Awesome news for us. So Red Bull is starting, I think, like P18, 19, and P14. So me and Barry both got through. That's all we could have asked for to get into Q3. And this track, it's relatively hard actually to overtake. I think for some reason, well, you have to run pretty high downforce wings here, so you don't have as much, ERS to play with as other tracks like Spa, of course. So it's a very crucial qualifying Q3 here, because if we can get a clean lap in and a good result in qualifying, it makes our race so much easier. Excuse me again. Oh my god. Yeah, so I decided to go for 3 runs in Q3. Obviously, I aborted the first run because we don't have time to do 3 full runs. And I just fully sent it in the first run just in case I could do like a magic lap time, but obviously I invalidated trying to sending it, so I just pitted, went out again. This is my second run, and this will be probably my best run in Q3 because we get a good cut there in Acqua Minerale, and this lap is not looking too bad. Honestly, it's a 5-7 split. It's the same split as Q2, so if we can get a better last sector, which we do, I think, because the chicane was much cleaner. We can actually do a relatively good lap time, maybe like a 0.6, which, honestly, a 0.6, if you asked me before the session, I would have thought a 0.6 is going to be pole, or at least top 3, as we do a 0.661, and Barry also does a 6. I think he did a 6.8, so he's just behind me. But as you can see, Angelo on the top left there, he did a 0.58. He did an amazing lap, honestly. And Fabrizio actually jumps to P2 there, which is, yeah, finally, Fabrizio, good qualifying. But yeah, we don't negotiate turn 1 and 2 very well. We are 60 down. These 2 corners are very hard to manage, but we do get really good one, and we do a 4.8 first, which, considering our turn 1 and 2, really good. Left-hander airpin there. I think I missed the apex a bit, and if you miss the apex, you're a bit off camber, so you lose a lot of momentum. And I knew I still had a lot of lap time to gain on this lap, so we're just gonna send it a bit more here in the Acqua Minerale, and we do, and look how much time we're gaining. Like, honestly, on this track there is so much lap time to gain, and we're just gonna send it everywhere now, and we sent it a little bit too hard on the chicane, I feel like. But I knew I still had a little bit of lap time in the last 2 corners, maybe not enough to get a P1, so I just completely sent it here, and I lose the back end, and that is my lap over. I do not improve. That's just the nature of this track, honestly.
My game downshifted in the middle of Aqua.
Yeah, so we ended up being P3, P4 with Barry. So actually, not too bad performance from us. So it's a very good place to score good points. Angelo with a 0.5 gets pole position. So I think that's the first pole position for Tatum Racing. So very well done to them. They did an amazing job for this week's race preparation. Looked very good, I guess, because a 0.5 is not an easy lap to do, and I don't think everyone on the grid has managed to do a 0.5 in practice. So these are the standings. As you can see, Red Bull is quite a big bunch of points ahead thanks to their 1-2 last race. So we are P3, 1 point behind Race Clutch. We're falling a little bit behind, and we really need to get moving and get some good points, because we want to win E-Series 3 years in, or not 3 years, 3 seasons, I should say. But I don't think it's 3 years. 3 seasons in a row. So
if it does, I would just turn it off.
me and Barry starting on the medium, as I think is the top 9 drivers are all starting on the medium tire.
Is the first car
And that just shows you, or proves you,
Wait, no.
that it's very difficult to overtake on this track in the train. Obviously, in the top 3 or 4 positions, it's much easier with the DRS changing and everything. But due to the nature of the track, and with how slow you have to be and cautious, because I think we were driving about 5/10 of the pace
So
of practice pace, because we just couldn't afford to get a warning, and it's so easy to get a warning here. I don't even know how to explain it. You get a warning even without going off the track. If you go on the white line even, which usually it's considered the track, you get a warning. So you'll see plenty of penalties this race, I am sure. So It's just important to not push the tires, keep them in the best shape possible, and just stick behind. The dirt here honestly, it's very good. It keeps the car stable, and you just don't have to drive as fast. So you can be a bit more cautious. And my plan here is to get into P1 and P2 with Barry, or P3 as well, because that will allow me and Barry to then work together and control the field, control the train, the positions, the ERS and all that stuff. So here I try to see if I can maybe make a move on Fabrizio, but straight away what I notice from the first lap on the first straight is we are on very high wings. Everyone is much quicker than us on the straight, but I know that this will be a disadvantage for us at the beginning of the race, but I knew that towards the end, when the tires start to die, that our setup will come alive much more, and we will have a big pace advantage on everyone, and hopefully that will allow us to be able to just kind of control the train a bit better and a bit easier. Because on lower wings, yes, it's good because you have more ERS, you can push more, and you can overtake easier, obviously. But it's just not worth the risk for us, in my opinion. I just always prefer the more stable setup, easier to drive setup, and you know, just safety basically. As we get past Fabrizio there, I think also Fabrizio is on relatively higher wings.
If we want to get 2 cars into there,
compared to Angelo and the rest.
I think
so first part of the plan was to get into the top 2 positions, done. And now I just need to wait and kind of play it with trying to help Barry get past. So what I want to do here is all 3 of us, including Barry, pass Angelo. That was my plan at the beginning. But I quickly noticed that Angelo was just too quick on the straight. But as you can see here, Barry just follows me through, and you go side by side with Fab. But yeah, Fab keeps the position there. So this is perfect because it's now P1, P3. I'm going to let Fabrizio through, which is what I did. And now it's me and Barry together. And I'm sure Barry here will follow me through because
there's 3 cars in.
Being P1, P2 is just that much better. And he does. So, if you can look at the minimap down on the bottom left, a few people on the train pitted for the undercut. I think a race clutch car. I think Max Grosspointner, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe a VA car, I'm not sure, but a few people on the train pitted, and the undercut is very big here. So obviously either me or Barry have to respond in this lap, because otherwise we just get undercutted by that train, and we don't want to be stuck behind them with just a lap or 2 fresher tires. It's just not worth it. So
I think we have to.
Our
train
of thought here is, since I'm leading, I should pit, because Barry now will get the DRS onto the straight and have a better in-lap than I would. Because if Barry pits, then I'm just left by myself and Fabrizio will just get past, and it's just not ideal. So
the ERS, yeah, not really good.
We are going to pit now onto a set of the hard tires, and the hard tires literally do the whole race. I could have pitted way earlier than this. The hard tires are absolutely clear on this track. That's why we do the medium hard and not the hard medium. So yeah, my strategy now is, obviously I need to help Barry, because as there I pressed the wrong button. Yeah, oops. Changing camera. My god, sorry. My throat's and coughing. Hopefully I can come out in front of them, and I will not slow them down, but just I won't use any ERS. I'll just be on none the whole outlap, and hopefully Barry can have a fast enough in-lap to be able to overcut us and keep him next to me.
Yes,
that would be perfect for us. So here they are, just behind me. So good choice that I pitted. Yes, it was Max Grosspointner that pitted with Lenny, and they are net P2 and P3 right now because the undercut is so big. So I have to slow down. As you can see here, I'm just Sunday drive, cruising. Don't have to use my ERS.
So I'm on my box.
I'm just gonna save it.
Yes.
Yeah, you are.
And yeah, help Barry this way. One thing you have to keep in mind though is I can't do this on the last sector because
to push
otherwise
a
I
bit
would
of
just be
chicane in the
eaten
last
alive by
corners, Nico.
everyone. So
Yeah.
here's when I start to push. I know I have a high wing setup and I'm faster in the corner, so I'm just gonna completely send the chicane. It was a very good chicane, as you can see. I gapped Lenny to up to 4.5
Should be
tenths.
overtaken by Lenny, but that's
And
all.
now it's crucial that I stay in front, so I'm gonna have to deploy all my ERS on this straight. Hopefully I can stay in front of Lenny,
Good job, Nico.
or at least Max. And as you can
I
see,
think
Barry
I think
pitted
Barry
with
will
Fabrizio.
still come out right behind Nico.
Let's see where they come
Very good
out.
train.
And I'm gonna use Fabrizio as a wall here, as Lenny comes super quickly with his lower
Amazing,
wings. And
Nico.
thankfully,
Oh my God, shit, guys.
Barry is in front of
He's
us.
just the goat.
So that was just perfect.
Nico,
I loved
don't
how
have that much
Fabrizio
ERS,
came out of the
uh,
pits at the
fine.
perfect
Nico is-
moment because I could use
Nico
him as
can
a
make a little
wall
bit of a
to
gap.
my right, so Lenny
but-
couldn't overtake me. That was honestly just perfectly played
He's getting pushed
by
from
us.
behind, Lenny.
So now we're P1,
Don't know how
P2,
much
just
ERS
gonna
Go, 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 go.
just gonna what's it called? Yeah, lead the train. But as you can see, Lenny was just way too
Damage.
quick on that straight. I just always got caught off guard
No,
by the
no, no.
speed difference that they had on that straight. It was just immense. So
Class 2 corner.
we need to pay better attention on
So
the
Lenny
gaps
got
that we
one.
have to each other, so that we can keep that P1 and
He
P2.
did, yes.
As here, I'm trying to make
don't think he
Lenny
has
pass
careful.
Barry, but as you can see, Angelo behind me on lower wings as well, trying to get past. And I knew Lenny didn't want to lead because Lenny always wanted to stay behind P2 or P1, sorry, and be P2.
Yeah, but I must.
I knew he was going to
Actually,
try and
need to
stay
push
behind
out,
Barry to
like
keep
last
the
sector,
position,
though.
so I went around the outside and got the place easy peasy.
I had to use a bit though. My ERS.
So yeah, that was well played by us again.
That's it.
It was just a
Yeah, she's a little
continuous
bit Barry,
DRS
fine.
games and position,
I think
like playing
Angelo
with your
will pass
positions. As you can see here again, Lenny is so fast on that straight that Barry just can't do anything.
Blood is on
yeah,
0,
he got-
0 wings.
Yeah, I say
He
he's
got
on
straight
lose your
line.
wings, but it was crazy to see in the moment,
thought.
and you could tell he
Yeah.
was struggling a lot though. As the race went on, and the tires got worse and worse, you could like see Lenny struggling a lot. As you can see, we go 3 wide, and Barry retakes the
Yeah,
lead,
bro, you
but
can't go P1.
You need
I
to not
didn't
pass
want
him,
him.
Barry.
Oh my
That was the whole
God.
point.
I didn't want him to get P1. I wanted him to pass me with Lenny, but stay behind Lenny, so Lenny would be P1 now, and then we could both overtake
But
together.
he just
But
so shit. Like
as Barry is complaining that Lenny was too slow. I mean, the race pace was very slow, but I think we were just much faster with our
Let him
wings.
go, let him go,
So
let him go, let him go.
there's
Oh
not
my
much we could
God,
do. I
man.
tried to go around the
Defend- he
outside
needs
like
to go
before,
P1,
but
Barry.
Lenny covers it off
yeah,
much
but
better
then
this
tell me,
time.
man.
We said it 4 times now.
No, but he said it.
There's a little bit of miscommunication going on, but no big deal. It was a bit tricky to get past Lenny, and this time again I saw he wanted to stay behind Barry,
Push
so
Barry.
I dive down the inside and get the
Vamos,
position.
Nico.
And now I'm
Oh,
gonna
no,
play a
5
bigger
minutes now.
game now. I'm gonna leave a gap to
Nico,
Barry,
you need
like
to create a little bit of a gap.
4, 5, 6
Barry,
tenths
should've been at
out of the
10
last,
seconds,
as you can see here, out of the last sector, so that
Medium runner still
Lenny
P11.
then cannot overtake Barry, and there's always gonna be one of
And has a
us
10-second penalty,
leading.
so.
So I
Just let
think
me know if I have
we
to
finally
fast
figured
push.
out how to maintain the lead. Only took us 26 laps, but we got there in the end. As you can
Yeah, I
see,
did, I
he's
did, I
too
did, I
far
did.
from Barry with the gap that I've created. So this was our new strategy that we implemented on the towards
You
the
don't
end of
wanna
the
go side by
race,
side.
and it was working wonders. As you can see, Lenny is always also getting gapped by me. I mean, I'm leaving a gap to Barry, and Lenny is just 7 tenths behind. Like, he's just
80.
struggling a lot.
Just
Just don't worry.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
One more
it
straight
shows
though.
that our higher
One more
wings
lap. They'll
setup
push a bit more on the main.
really
You can
paid
use a bit more
dividends
throughout the
towards the
lap
end
now.
of the race,
Have a bit
and
of a
Yeah,
gap.
yeah, I will.
there's nothing they can do. It's the penultimate lap. We are so much quicker,
I'm using all
and it's gonna be an easy pass on Barry
Awesome,
here.
stealing
And
it.
Lenny is 8 tenths back, so I think he was fighting as well with Angelo and Fabrizio. There was a bit of
What a
chaos
ride,
going on
guys.
behind us, but we just didn't see any
No,
of
no, no,
it.
go, go,
Barry
go.
hasn't driven any
Um,
dirty here. Just focus up, guys.
So yeah, we just had to keep it clean for one more lap, and as you can see, we even gapped them to 1.5
Oh,
seconds,
God.
as there's like a little bit of a crash behind as
guys.
well, and we
Oh,
get
that
the
as well.
1-2.
Oh, Lenny had an issue.
Yeah, there was a lot of penalties and crashes at the back. Not too sure what the end results was
Guys, Red Bull is
post
finishing
penalties
P18,
and
P20.
post stewards inquiries,
Yeah,
but
we
Oh,
can't
Nico,
do it.
Angelo
Nico,
got a
3
podium
people
for
just retired.
TRT, so very well done to him. Lenny P4,
Nico.
Iker P5
We
with the
need
alternate
2 races,
strategy.
2-1-2.
As Barry points out that, yeah, we've done 2 races in E-Series, and both of them were a 1-2 finish for us.
Man,
Out of
that
7
race is
races
so
in
long.
E-Series this season,
Yes,
there's
oh
been
my God.
4 1-2s. 2 from Red Bull and 2 from
Got a
us.
warm
So
one? Where? Maybe in the chicane.
very, very weird season. And this, I
yeah.
think, means that we do get back at the top of the championship. Because Red Bull had an absolute stinker. They almost scored 0 points. They were all the way at the back. So, excuse my phone there.
Expected, bro.
So that was a very, very good race. Very good points. I think the next race will be Silverstone, and then this Friday. Unfortunately, I will not be driving, but it's going to be Barry and John, I believe, driving that track. So I'm sure they'll get a good result there as well, if they can manage to get some more practice. And yeah.
Not bad.
I think I'm going to show you guys the standings here. As you can see, we are now leading by like 25 points. So very, very good result. And yeah, thank you guys for watching this race. I'm back with more league racing. Stay tuned for next videos, and I'll see you guys soon. Ciao, ciao.